Hello, everyone, and welcome to Closed Shop Tabletop, a show where me and some of my mates play D&D together. Today we're going to be playing a game wrote by me, and well, I can't promise any good quality, but well, I just hope it runs well. Playing with me today is Louis.
What's up? I'm Bruce Steele.
We have my Ethan.
I will be playing Kyrilla, the monk.
We have Jiwoo.
Hello, I'm going to be playing Professor Connor Murray, PhD, MMS, BMS, DM.
Aren't his many titles. And we have
who graciously bestows upon you Lelus Guilford Maranton Zibridania the Third.
Of course. And me as the DM. So, we're going to be getting into the story now, so can everyone who isn't needed at this minute mute themselves, so we can get straight into the thick of it. Right. So, to set the scene, it's a sunny day, and the sunlight sort of shines off the sea, creating sort of bright atmosphere. There's bustling crowds all around the city of Galdrenar, the capital city of the Kingdom of Sperrin, as a boat docks up at Port Cutlass. On it, Jiwoo, describe your character.
Hello, my name is Professor Connor Murray, and as a smartass with shortman syndrome, I realized early on that if I could never beat up the kid up in magic school, I could instead be just better at everything than everyone else. I am currently a diplomatic aide to the Queen of Arcadiana, and I learned my craft and wizardry in the city of Arcadianth.
Right. Now, Jiwoo, you're a divination wizard in this game, so could you do me a favor and roll me for your portent ability, and that will come in later for all the viewers, because he picked the most broken wizard subclass in the game.
Exactly. Just so you know, portent is basically where I get 2 dice rolls, and I can use it for whenever I want for any dice roll. And it's a broken system, and I'm going to abuse it just to annoy you.
Yep, I know you are. That's why I should have made your character for you, instead of letting you min-max your first character. But
Exactly.
nevertheless,
Okay, first portent roll, 18.
Crap.
Yes, crap indeed.
Really
My
good roll.
portent roll, 12.
That's not as good, but slightly better. Thank
All
goodness
right.
you're not a halfling. Like, then you could re-roll the one. If you rolled a 1 in this, you could re-roll it. So, standing at the sort of exit of the boat, this sort of little runoff ramp is a man wearing sort of brown robes and a brown hat, carrying a large staff. So I'm assuming you're walking off the ship, Jiwoo, yes?
Well, yes.
Sorry, what'd you say there?
Yeah.
Missed that?
Yeah, I walked off the ship.
Okay.
Yes.
As you exit the ship, you see a large half-orc man wearing sort of half-plate armor with two long swords on scabbards at the side. He seems to be eyeing you and going, Do you walk up to him, or
I assume he's important.
you would be assuming correctly, yes.
Incorrectly? Okay.
Correctly. Sorry, correctly.
All right, I go up to
Correctly,
him
you're correct.
and I introduce myself. Hello, my name is Professor Connor Murray, PhD, MMS, BMS, DM. I have come here on a diplomatic mission from the Kingdom of Arcadiana, and
right?
I wish to see the important people here, whoever they are.
Well, you just ran into one of them. Tordak the Kingsman. And he puts his hand out for you to shake it.
I shake his hand.
You know, when you said you were small in the letters, I kind of thought you'd be smaller. Maybe like a halfling or some kind of gnome. Truth be told, you're sort of tall for humans. Not that most humans I meet are, well, any much shorter than me, but I'm quite a tall man. Because you look at him and you notice he's kind of tall. He's about 6'5". He's quite large.
I stare up
So
at
you
him
want to?
and I glare a bit.
Right. Well, sorry if you took any of the things I commented on about your height as an insult. I see anyone who does magic quite highly. Now, you want to be taken to King Wilhelm, I'm assuming.
King Wilhelm, yes, I do.
Right. Well, currently there's a big festival going on, so there ain't gonna be much chance of talking to him until a bit later. you're more than welcome to stick around. I'll pull up a cart so we can take you into town.
All right, that would be very good, thank you.
There's a few stores around you might want to check out. You see, you're into your magic and stuff, right? Definitely check out the Arcanum. It's pretty nice. Run by an Aracora named Arendar.
Erendar.
Arendar's Arcanum. Yep.
All right.
So as you guys are sort of make sort of small talk to each other, he sort of signals to a guard and signals to one of the humans nearby him, and he sort of pulls up a small cart. All right, hop in. So as you hop into the cart, I'm assuming you hop into the cart, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so the cart sort of drives forward a wee bit more, and he's like, and he proceeds to say to you, right, so it'll probably be till after lunch that you get to talk to the king. Is that all right with you, sir?
Oh, that is absolutely fine. It's not like there's a war going on and my kingdom is going to implode, basically. Yeah, we can wait a few hours.
That's good. Thank you for thank you for agreeing with me, sir. As soon as there is time, though, I will make sure the king is fully able to answer to your question, and hopefully provide some diplomatic aid. We haven't had a lot of fights since we installed Forged as perimeter boundaries. They're very good at well, if I say frankly, whooping ass.
If only our kingdom was as smart as they could be. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here.
I know. Not much of a fan of attacking goblins myself. Did a lot of it when we were clearing the undead out of this place. Wasn't much fun. They're nimble little a-holes. Anyway, well, here's your stop. And the car sort of stops off at a large festival. I'll be hanging around the king for most of the rest of this time. So, if you see me near him, give me a wave. You know, be good fun.
All right, thank you very much.
No problem. So, as you step out of the cart, he sort of, whips the reins, and the cart sort of speeds off. So, just whilst you're around that bit, we're going to be now going over to someone who's walking into the town with with sunglasses on, and is a human artificer. Louis, describe your character to the audience.
Name's Steele. I'm just your average blacksmith. Nothing to see here. Just heading my way over to the old festival to check out my fellow blacksmiths and what they seem to be working on.
Right. So, walking in from you go to as you walk towards the city of Galgenor, you see a large gate and two sort of strangely armored figures. Do you want to try and approach them?
Yeah, I'll approach him.
Okay, so as you walk over them, you notice that this isn't armor. This is just what they look like. Could you roll me a quick history check, please?
Sure.
Do you have any? Are you proficient in that at all?
I am not.
Okay, that's just a flat 20, and your intelligence modifier.
Add my intelligence modifier. Gotcha. 20.
Oh, right. So natural 20 or 20 with
20 with my +3.
Okay. So upon looking at them, you realize that these are Warforged, created a few years after the reclamation of this kingdom from a dark sort of necromancer who had previously taken it over. The design seems to be quite similar to your armor, but not exactly. It's a little bit more advanced than yours, but just similar enough that you could sort of probably sue for trademark if you really wanted to.
Very good.
So as you walk towards them, they're like, halt, visitor. Halt, are you a visitor or are you trying to enter this kingdom illegally?
No, I'm just a visitor. I'm hoping to drop in to see my fellow blacksmiths.
Oh, you are here for the Festival. That is fine. And so the guards that were holding sort of holding spears towards you, lower them down, and turn sort of facing you. You may proceed into the kingdom. Have a nice day.
Yes,
Sorry for pointing spears at you.
It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Cool. And they sort of just turn back to attention and just sort of pay you no heed.
All right, great.
Yeah. I just love robots in my fantasy games, don't you? So as you walk into town, you notice that it's just a large, not commotion, but like a good commotion. What's the remember it? There's a lot of people running around being happy. You hear a lot of like the clanging of metals, like large ting, ting, cling, as you see a few dwarves just sort of around the area trying to peddle armor. You hear shouts of half plate for sale, and other people yelling, "Study leather, get your study leather here." And so what are you going to do?
I'm gonna walk around, see what's up, see if I notice anything
Alright.
weird.
I mean, you don't notice anything too weird. I mean, on the sort of like spectrum of weird, Galdrar's a pretty open place. So you see a few creatures that you probably wouldn't see in many other places in the world. You see not simic hybrids. They're way too rare. You see some dragonborns walking around. You see quite a few half elves, some elves, a lot of humans, a few halflings, 2 or 3 Arakora. They're bird people. And sort of chilling in the lake, like 2 or 3 lollicants, which are fish people. But yeah, most of the stalls have been manned by dwarves, just furiously clanging away at metal and trying to fix things.
They know how to blacksmith.
Yeah, no, they really do. That's why dwarves are rad. So is there any? So do you want to go to any of the stalls, or?
Yeah, I want to look for a shield for myself.
All right. So you start looking around for a shield, and whilst you do that, we're going to introduce the third of our 4 players, Ethan. So we're going to introduce another one of our 4 characters in Ethan.
Hi,
Ethan,
I will be playing Kyrilla, a halfling monk.
So Kyrilla, our halfling monk, is just sort of meditating under a tree. Well, if you look at it in one angle of the tree, you sort of turn your head a wee bit more and look sort of the same way you are at the rest of the shops in the area. It's sort of like someone has hollowed out the inside of this tree and turned it into a store. Like it's got a bunch of dream catchers and a whole bunch of like magic looking stuff in it. And as you continue to meditate, a large bird person comes outside. It appears to have like a large staff with sort of like mistletoe wrapped around it, like just sort of the tip. And he looks towards you. This large bird man as you meditate. He coughs towards you.
Without breaking my focus, I say, "Hello there. What can I do for you?"
Maybe stop meditating outside my store, sir. It kind of distracts the customers who are sitting directly outside of the door in your cross-leg pose, trying to, I don't know what you do when you meditate, but whatever it is, it's certainly not letting me have any customers. It's shockingly rude.
Well, it was the only tree I could find in the entirety of the city.
No, it's I am aware it's the only in the entirety of the city. Why I built a store in it. It's good shade, and I'm used to living in trees. I suggest you possibly put a stop to your meditating and, I don't know, maybe go into the square and celebrate the festival. That's a good connection, gathering of life thing, isn't it? You monks are all into that, aren't you?
Kind of.
All right, then go do that. Go. It's a good way to connect with your inner key or whatever. Just do it out, away from my store. And he starts sort of getting his stick, and he starts like poking you with it. Like, come on, start, go, yeah, get, move, yeah, get.
I stand up and respectfully bow to him before leaving towards the market.
He says, finally. And he proceeds to sort of look into the store a bit more. He proceeds to go back into his store, and you hear sort of like curtains close, and sort of like a large sigh of relief. So as you walk into the city, Ethan, you notice that it is a massive load. There's a lot of people walking around and celebrating, and yes, a lot of dwarves, just clanging and hammering away at armor. Do you want to try and are you gonna just try and meditate over here, or are you going to?
I'm gonna try and look for a quiet place to meditate.
There's not really much of a quiet place to meditate over here, but you do see sort of like you sort of see like a tree that looks climbable, and also like that on it, you would be able to like peacefully meditate.
Okay, I go towards there.
All right, roll me an athletics check to get off that tree.
Okay. That is a non-natural 20.
I mean, non-natural. You climb that tree pretty damn easily. You sort of flip over, bounce on like your two of your fingers, and just zoop the tree, and then as you land, you sort of gracefully sit down, cross your legs, put your hands up, and sort of meditating. Deep breath. It's still a bit noisy, so you're having a wee bit of a hard time focusing, but it's peaceful. Back to Louis.
Okay.
Back to Louis right now. So Louis,
Yes.
you see that a lot of places seem to be selling shields, but the only one that isn't a stall is Malbeard's Forge and Armory. It's a bit further away from the festival, but it looks like somewhere that you'd be able to buy a pretty decent set of shield from.
I'll head over there then.
So as you head over there, a stout dwarf man looks towards you. I think I recognize you, boy.
Yes, well, you see, I get that a lot.
Oh, a finger on it. Familiar. You got one of those faces, you know, one of them human faces. You know, it's one of them squishy, bearded ones. You just see everywhere.
Well, I'm of course a human after all.
And you do have a squishy face and a beard. Now, what can old Malbeard do you for today?
Well, you see, buddy, I'm gonna be needing one of your finest shields.
Finest shields? Well, all of my shields are my finest shields, boy. Don't you dare insult my craft like that. Right, you need a shield. What kind of shield we're talking? Big one, small one, circle, square, triangle, spiky, square. You know, got them all.
Yeah, just give me one for my arm right here. And I
Your
show
arm right
my
here,
left arm.
Skinny. Oh, no, wait. And he sort of feels your arms like, oh, skinny, wait. No, a little bit of muscle there, right. Good shield now. And he goes to his wall, he's like, he picks out like two shields, and he sort of like looks between them, he's like, and he sort of just throws one to the side. All right, this one. And he brings out a circular, sort of almost Viking-esque with sort of what appears to be dragons, red and yellow, two yellow dragons on a red background swirling each other. Right, I call this one Dragon's Fire. It's just a normal shield. It doesn't do anything. And it doesn't do anything extra. I just like naming them. Do you ever just feel that? Gotta name your creation.
Well, that is certainly quite a nice looking shield, I must say.
Why, thank you, sir. Now that'll put you back. That'll put you back about 12 gold pieces, I'll say.
Listen, buddy, I'm a blacksmith like you. I think you could do me for 10. For such a
Probably
such a
could,
nice
but
looking
with the
shield.
amount of competition in the town, it's pretty good to be able to get at least two extra pieces, you know.
11 gold, and I'll buy it from you right now.
11 gold. He thinks to himself, like, do you know what? That's still one more more than the asking price. You're sold. And he grabs your hands, slaps them, and he slaps your hands both sides and shakes it. You got
Pleasure doing
yourself
business with you.
shield now, boyo. Pleasure doing business with yourself. Hope you come back again.
Yes, of course.
Don't go to any as you walk away. He's like, don't go to any of them other traders. They're not as good.
Yes, well, of course they don't look as good.
Oh, you're too kind, boy. You're too kind. So, with your new shield, do you just continue walking just round and seeing what everything else is?
Yeah, I'll just have a look around.
All right. So nearby, there's a weapon store. There's a large store that looks similar to a tree. And as you look around, you sort of see a small halfling man sort of jump into a tree. There's a bookstore. There's a carpenter, and a jeweler's and a general store, but not really much. Would any of those interest you?
Nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna keep walking around, talking to people and stuff.
All right. So as you talk to people, so I'm assuming you go to one of the stalls and talk to some people.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Right. So you go to one of the stalls, you hear a man go. You hear a sort of like a smaller human man. I hear King Wilhelm's coming out to talk today. It's never a festival until the king says it's a festival. Am I right, guys? And another girl. Yeah, that's correct. Isn't it great when the king makes a royal appearance? And they sort of chat amongst themselves about how the king and his son, the prince, are just going to be outside and sort of just commencing this festival. Do you want to roll me a quick history check to see if you know anything about his kingdom?
Sure. Another 20. Wow. I'm doing well
Natural or
today.
just 20?
Just 20.
All right. So you're aware that the king himself is a big fan of just being part of the. He will usually come around to like this.
Oh, what a nice
Festivals for
guy.
just religions and stuff, and he would be like, right, festival has been. Whereas the prince, he's a bit more socially awkward and loudly stuff. He isn't really much of a fan of being around people. He's more someone who would enjoy his work. You know, the occasional bit of artificing.
Ah, I see.
He likes building building like cannons and stuff to shoot fireworks, but that's but he doesn't really like the effect that fireworks give, because when fireworks are shot out, people come out and make so that he doesn't really big fan of that. It's a sort of self-fulfilling prophecy. So
Fair
I'm
enough.
assuming you're just gonna wait till the king comes out and
Yeah, I'll just
just
wait.
hang
I'll
around.
just wait for him. That's good with
Right.
me.
So as you do that, Jiwoo, are you looking around the town at all?
I am looking around the town. The nice, well, slightly rude, nice goblin man did mention what was it, a goblin?
It was a half orc.
Half orc.
And-
Sorry.
Oh no, don't
Yes,
worry.
the
They're
half-orc-
way different.
The half orc man, who is a lot bigger than a goblin, did mention a arcane shop, and after that, I do want to go to the festival.
All right. So as you head to the arcane shop, you walk by a man, a very stylish man with a very stylish mustache, as he sort of heads around town to do his business. So you walk into so you see a large tree, and in front of it is a sign hanging Paradox Arcanum. The door's closed now, so if you want, are you gonna knock on it?
Yes, I'll knock.
Right. So as you knock on the door, you sort of as you hear Hardy. He goes, "I said for that. I'll." The door swings open, and a large birdman steps out. And says, "For the last time, I told you not to meditate on my." Oh, I'm
Hello
so
there.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry there, sir. I had problems with halflings a minute ago. One was just sitting in front of my door, claiming to be meditating.
Oh, I
Annoying thing.
understand.
Halflings, not all of them. That one certainly. Are you coming to buy or sit in front of the store?
I
He
am
sort of-
certainly coming to buy, not to sit on your store.
You are coming to bar. Well,
I
then,
may
you are
sit
more than
in your
welcome.
store, though.
Well, there's not really many chairs, so it'll just be a bit weird, but okay. And he sort of walks into the store and he's like, so, what's your magical poison? Wizardry, druidcraft.
Oh, I gotta say, I am a wizard man. You know,
Wizards.
You know, got full marks in every one of my tests. I'm incredibly intelligent, but I cannot hold my liquor, and I will not get any hot dates at Chad Firebolt's parties.
Well, that was a lot more information than I needed to know. He sort of looks at you and he's like, a lot of information. Right. And he looks at you, so wizardry. Let me guess, look at you. Transmutation? Yeah, you look like a transmuter boy.
No, I am not a transmutation person. No, I studied in the field of, well, seeing
Divining?
the future, really.
Divination. Forgive me, sir. So you got any spells that you need components for? Or do you want some magic?
Well, I think I'll be needing some. I already have some writing things, but I do need another spell book just in case my current one it gets
Another spell.
damaged.
Well, you can never have too many.
You
He
can never
starts
have
looking
too many
around.
things. Yes.
And he starts looking around. He starts throwing things off. He starts moving around his shelves. He looks at one book and he's like, nope. And he puts that back in. He's like, because he flicks through it and he's like a couple spells. He's like, oh no, that one's used. That one's used. He just keeps looking around and he keeps looking around and look, that's just
If you don't have another spell book, it's okay.
all right. How much you got?
I was thinking actually. Currently, my arcane focus is a staff, as you can see here. But
Oh, it's a very nice stuff.
I know it's a very nice staff. But I was wondering that do you think it's slightly impractical for me to use a staff? Certainly I could use a wand.
Well, personally, as someone who likes to sell things, everything you have is important, and I will sell you everything I have. I like to run a business. But if you think it's impractical, then you possibly have already considered the fact that holding a staff everywhere would be a touch impractical, and thusly you want to buy something else. You came in here asking me to buy. Would I not be correct?
You would not be correct.
Not be.
Oh, sorry,
I'm
you would be correct. I am not a man of many good words here.
That's fine. Now, you want a wand, or do you want an orb, a rod, crystal? Most of them are the
crystal?
same. A crystal, yes. You see, you hold the crystal in your hand, or get embedded in a necklace or a pendant or something. You put your hand on it, and you cast your spell.
I see. It's not my style. I think I'll take the wand.
Right, a wand. Right. So I get the spellbook out now. A spellbook will set you back 50 gold, but a wand will set you back 10.
Can I tell you a little secret, shopkeeper?
You can tell me a little secret. That is totally fine. Yes.
Oh, I am completely broke. Absolutely broke.
Completely.
So
Gee,
broke.
are you attempting to lie to this man?
No, I have 40 gold pieces. That is nothing. Buying a piece of wood will basically cut down my entire earnings by half. Well, no, not half, quarter. So,
That's not good a deed if you're broke.
so I mean, 10 gold pieces is way too much, but if you're a kind man and you help a fellow magic user out, I would be happy to buy the wand for 5 gold pieces. And
Roll me.
I'll hand in my dagger as a sign of respect.
Dagger. Well, I myself am not a big fan of weapons worth that much. How about 8? 8 for the wand.
8 gold pieces. What about 7?
I'm not missing too much on that one. That'd be fine. And he sort of takes your dagger, and he hands you it's not like Harry's wand or like Harry's wand where it's like sort of thick at the end. It's sort of more like a swirled, elegant looking stick, crafted and sort of just like carved and shaved till it looks mystical and magical. It's got a metal bit. It's got like a metal sort of handle at the end, and he sort of presents it to you like, there you go. Be careful with this.
Wait, careful with this?
Yeah, careful. It's a wand. It's made of wood. You break them easy.
What could possibly
Mel
go
easy.
wrong? Well, I
Well.
am going to go off to the local festival. Do you have any tips? Things I should look out for?
Not really much. No, I can't think of anything. He sort of looks at himself. He looks at you and he's like, "There's not a lot of pickpockets here, so maybe just just have fun, really." He says, "Just have fun, really."
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Right. So as you head back into the festival, you see a lot of people run past, and they're all sort of exciting, like, "The king's giving a speech! The king's giving a speech!" As sort of a large crowd sort of seems to form.
Cool. But before I investigate the kids who are saying the king's doing a speech, what's the festival called?
It is called the Hephaestival, like Hephaestus, the god of the forge, and
All right. Is there a big sign telling everyone that it's called that?
there's a few banners around. Yeah, I guess.
Few
But
banners around. All right.
like and bunting, but like the big kind of bunting where it's all connected. So it's like a
Okay.
there's that.
I'm going to try and find a large banner to write something on.
Okay. There's a sort of one that people are trying to put up, and they're just having a bit of a struggle with it. And I'm assuming you're going to go over to those guys to try and go their banner. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I go over to them.
So what do you do?
I go to. Hello, people. My name
Hello
is
there.
Professor. Oh, hello. My name is Professor Colin Murray, and I was just noticing that you were trying to put that bunting up, a banner up, bunting, both.
Aye, but the piece of crap is taking too long. You've been holding it in. Dad,
I
you're
could.
doing it the wrong way. I've been doing
Well-
it properly, Dad. Leave me alone.
Well, as a wizard myself, I could easily help you put that large banner up.
Oh, would you put it up for us? That would be great. I gotta get a speech, and this boy's gotta go be more useless. Come on, Dad, I'm trying
Yes.
my best.
I see. Well, just one thing. I think that the current name is, quite frankly, unspeakable. It's just too hard to say.
First of all, aye, I'm more of a follower of Dionysus. He makes wine. Like that, man. He's good.
Ah, yes, the wine god. Yeah, he's
Wine
a
gods. Love
funny
you,
man.
wine gods.
He
Funny man.
yes, half the time he helps you, half the time he's too drunk to even do that.
Exactly. That's a fun guy. And the boy sort of like whimpers. I quite like the gold, glitter gold. He's a halfling one. Shut up, boy. So if you
Yes,
if you want to put that up and write whatever you want in the back of it, we won't take.
Oh yes, I would love to write. I know, because I was just
As he
thinking
leans
that-
into you to tell you that, you can sort of smell a wee bit of ale on his breath. This man is clearly partaking in the what we would call in Galdrinar as day drinking.
I do not condemn or condone that.
That's fine. So as you do that, as he just turns to leave,
Okay. I'm going to use. I'm just well. The man has a few large markers. I'm going to assume.
yeah, there's a few large markers.
All right.
It's like-
I'm going
yeah.
to quickly write up. Festival renamed Smith Convention.
Okay, and I'm assuming you're using Mage Hand to like put the banner up as well.
Yep.
Okay, so as you do that, you sort of see the Mage Hand, like your spectral hand, which sort of a green spectral hand flies away. It doesn't look like gross or anything. It's just sort of like mystical and energy, sort of like what Green Lantern would summon, but just regular size. And as it sort of picks a marker up, Zeus flies a bit and writes in Greeny SmithCon. Nice. And then sets the marker down, flies back up, sort of like does a little loop-de-loop, grabs the side of the banner that's sort of bit down,
Mhm.
slightly the bunting correct. Perfect.
Perfect.
And then it
And-
just disappears in a puff of green smoke.
Great. I am now going to attract everyone's attention to this new, better banner with my cantrip Minor Illusion.
Okay, minor illusion. Just let me double check what that does again. Minor illusion. Flying. Minor illusion. Sign or an image. So, what are you gonna what are you gonna make? A sign or an image, and what's it gonna be?
It's going to be obviously signed, and I'm going to basically just project through that minor illusion. Attention, all citizens! This festival is a pretty good name, but I have something better, and I think all of you will enjoy it much more. I shall propose that we rename this entire festival SmithCon.
A few people look at you and they just sort of like they look at you for a bit and they're like, bad idea. And if you're like, wait, no, can't do that, no. But eventually they
Oh,
all sort of settle
no.
down and look back at the I look back sort of former guards card at the age where the king appears to be about ready to give his speech. I'm assuming you're about to go to that, or are you going to try and convince everyone else that the festival needs renamed again?
Can I make a persuasion check for this?
Go ahead. You know what, roll me a persuasion check, and I'll tell you how many people agree with your.
You that SmithCon is a much better thing than whatever
Go ahead.
that other one is.
You waste one of your poor rolls. I'm like,
Nat
I rolled it.
20!
About a good half of the people there, including some of the dwarves, and some of them are actually wearing like medals like, on their neck, and they're like, "Yeah, you know what, SmithCon, I like that. We're calling it SmithCon now, boy. All right then, Dad. All right. All right. So you do after you do that, you sort of feel happy. You manage to get some very steadfast believers of Hephaestus to go SmithCon instead of Hephaestival, which by the way I think Hephaestival is a slightly more creative name. Not that I came up with it like about 5 minutes before the game started, but doesn't matter. Anyway, so as you do that, as you finish that, you sort of head over towards the crowds, and head over towards the crowds, and you manage to weasel your way through into around the front. You see another strange. As you walk past, you see that same mustachioed man holding a shield on his arm. I'm assuming you pay him no heed though, because
Yeah, I make no notice of him. He is too unimportant for my grand wizardly abilities.
I mean the only thing like distinctive about him is it slightly conventionally attractive and has a nice,
Slightly conventionally attractive.
slightly conventionally. He looks kind of Chad-esque. Is what we're trying to say here.
All right, so like Chad Fireball.
Yeah, basically. But not as Chad. So as you head to the front of the crowd, you see a large man, not like fat or anything, but like muscular. He's quite strong. He's got a cloak draped over one of his shoulders. On his other arm, and his over one of his shoulders, and on his side, a large dark sword. He's got an impressive beard, brown beard, and sort of finely cut, and a crown on. Behind him is a slightly smaller boy. He's blonde with pointed ears, and he looks a bit skinny. On his belt, he's dressed kind of like smart, shirt, a bow tie. But on his waist, instead of wearing trousers, overalls, sort of ones, a large tool belt around him, and he's sort of sheepishly hiding behind the half-orc man you met earlier. This time, he's sort of wearing a terry belt. There seems to be a seat, so there's reserved for the text, but you assume that this person may have been a bit too busy to come, along with another seat that's also reserved. And again, the text is a bit unreadable from where you're at, but you assume that these two people haven't been able to make it for either work reasons or just not caring.
Okay.
All right. So as the man, sort of the king, stands up to speech, he's like, "Citizens of Galdrenar and other citizens of the wider area of Sperrin, many of the other kingdoms in the nearby, area, I am happy to welcome you, and all and every single one of you, to the Festival, or as we've been newly told to name it, SmithCon. Honestly, you can call it whatever you want, as long as you're having fun." That man gets it. And he looks down and he's like, "I am glad that this has brought so many people, so many different places to our fine. I pray that you all have a good time, and afterwards, you all keep the drink to a minimum. We don't want any more incidents like we had at the Dionysus wine tasting. That went all right, but
I don't promise that, sir.
is your character just put on a fake voice to pretend to say he's not going to get absolutely drunk?
What? Just doing some
I
heckling.
don't know. It's amazing. It's amazing. Right? He's like he sort of goes like, "Oh, a lot of hecklers today. That's good fun. Now, let the festival." And he takes the sword out. So he moves the cloak off of his shoulder and he metal a sort of a robotic arm to the sky and pick up his sword, from his scabbard, and points to the sky. "Let the festival commence." As he resheaths it and proceeds to get off this sort of miniature, followed by the small half elf boy and Tordak. Tordak, I'm just gonna make a roll. We'll check for him. Tordak, where is my yours is here in one of his skills. Okay, so I'm gonna roll that.
What?
He does not see. Okay, so I'm rolling to see if Tordak sees you from where he is. He does not. He really doesn't. So do you want to try and go over to like talk to him or anything, or
To who?
to either the king at all?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I
That's
was
right.
going to meet the king anyway, so might as well do
Right.
that.
So as the crowd sort of disperses a bit, and they all sort of go around the stalls, a few people gather around the king, and you sort of manage to push your way through them, and get sort of the front of the crowd, as in front and in front of you. You notice this man's pretty impressive looking. Like he's buff. He definitely works out. And he looks over to you, and he's like, appears that we found our heckler, Tordak. And Tordak sort of turns around and looks at you like, "Oh, you again. Howdy. This is
Hello there.
This is a diplomat.
I
I was
feel
saying
like
about.
you have noticed. You may have noticed my improvements to your festival.
I certainly did.
Yes,
He turns to his son, the guy behind him. He's like, Walcott, what did you think? And Walcott sort of sheepish says, I kind of like the old name, but no, it's a nice name, sir. Walcott. And he's like he sort of waves a bit, and he sort of like treats him. And the king's like, oh, don't take that personally. So don't take that
no, it's
personally,
fine.
sir. He's shot.
Look at that banner that I put up there. Look,
It's a nice banner.
massive.
It's a nice...
It's MythCon, and and I assume that next year that whole thing is going to be SmithCon. Another banner there, SmithCon. We'll have a SmithCon shop.
He sort of like chuckles a bit hard. He's like, oh, possibly. Now, I assume you haven't come here just to rename festivals and heckle a lodge, but I'm assuming there's some sort of, well, business.
Oh,
appointment.
yes,
He looks
yes,
at he looks at the badge at your shirt. Diplomacy, I'm assuming.
Yes, diplomacy. Yeah.
Well-
The Queen of Arcadiana must have told you that I was coming.
Margaret, of course.
Yes, Margaret. Well, Margaret has.
Well,
done
I am
it-
not clearly drunk enough yet to talk about Margaret, so I'm going to have fun, and you can talk about it when I have a hangover tomorrow.
No! We are talking about Margaret right now.
Oh no, I can't hear you. I'm walking away. And he sort of starts walking
No.
away. And I'm assuming you run after him, following him.
Why are you walking away from me?
Oh, I can't hear you. Whoops. I don't want to hear about this. I will talk about it later. Today there's a festival, and today I want to have fun. Festival, me and my son personally. Don't be there, Walcott. And Walcott sort of looks like he sort of gets a big excited. He's like, yes, I really love this. Really like it. It's good fun.
I do my most exaggerated side possible.
Don't be disappointed. Tomorrow, and I promise you, I will give it all the concern it needs, and not pretend that I want to. Margaret.
Fine, we'll talk about Margaret tomorrow.
And he claps his hand. He takes your hand and clasps it in both. I do spend a lot of time with my the day and the both. So thank you. And as he pulls his hand away, you notice he's put a gold piece in your palm. A single gold piece in your. Be like, you did the right thing. There you go. You get rewarded for it. As he turns to walk away, however, you sort of hear like a large scream, just a terrified. As one man seems to be convulsing on the ground, jerks and stuff. Do you walk over to it? Or do you
No,
know
I
what?
run over to him because I am not, a terrible person.
And he sort of jerks a bit in the ground, starts freaking out, and he sort of freaks out a bit, and he's sort of making like almost like evil looking as possible, and he sort of finally stops. It's quiet. Finally,
Hello there.
Rahul is coming for you, and you see his body start morphing and ripping apart. Spur against the girl upon him. A sort of snarl starts forming in his mind. Become
Okay, is this guy
a
cursed?
hellish manticore.
Oh.
Yes, he is most certainly. Or cursed at his own will. Alongside that, a bunch of cultists a bunch of people start removing sort of disguise stuff and removing their hands down, and a bunch of like cultists appear. One of them manages to shove over and distract the king, pick up Walcott in front of him, and like a bag, and start running away. And the king is like momentarily taken aback by this. He starts running. He's like, Tordak, we have to get to my boy. And Tordak's like, sir, there's a manicore there. Do you think we can handle it? And he looks over to you. Yes, they can, my boy. And he starts running off at that direction. Louis, you also see this happening, and so does Ethan. As the manticore thrashes around, he flips over a few carts. One seems to be like a small like dwarf cart. Another one seems to be full of flyers. As it tumbles through the air, out falls the strange-looking peel man, and with long hair, rapier, a bunch of throwing knives, and a short sword. You're in the game now. Everybody, roll initiative.
I'm sorry. Where does this man come out of?
A cart of flyers. He specifically asked me for this.
Okay.
Of course, he went out from a cart to flowers.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
That's a
He's the
21
most
for me,
fabulous
Josh.
He's
character.
very fabulous, I know.
Okay.
Okay, so
Where,
Ethan, that's a
where,
21.
how should we tell you what initiative we got?
Just tell me what you roll.
I got a 7. So I
7.
am.
What's your dex
Yes.
mod? What's your
My
dex mod again? Sorry.
No. My
Yeah.
dex mod is nothing.
That's awful. 7. UM, what is your initiative? And Louis, initiative. And I will give initiative for the. What is it again that I said it was? Stats? I can't remember where it is. Manticore. Manticore. Right. My Manticore has a +3 to initiative. Nice.
So
Wow, it's
my
worse than you two. Oh, it's slightly better than you. It is a solid. UM, you got a.
my total is 20. Not natural.
Nice. And Louis, you
18.
got a 18. Right, so moving
17.
first. Oh, 17, sorry. Right, so Ethan, the tree you're in is about 20 foot away from the Manticore. I'm assuming you dropped down when you started hearing screaming, yes?
Would I see the man who ran away with the kid?
He's a bit too far away from you now. He's sort of bolted it. Some of them sort of start sprouting wings and flying off in the distance, and I don't think you're going to be able to get to them.
Why is it inevitable? Why is it so difficult? I forgot
Alright,
to leave it.
Sorry,
Okay,
dude, sorry.
so-
Ethan, the Manticore distance from you guys is about 20 feet. So what are you going to do?
I go to attack it.
Alright, so you're going to run up to it, and... How many attacks can you make per turn? It's like, what, 3, isn't it?
I can make 1 attack, and then I can spend 2 key points to make a flurry. Sorry, 1 key point to make 2 unarmed attacks with my
Yeah,
flurry of blows.
and then even without the key point, you can do a extra attacks bonus action. So are you attacking with your fists then, I guess?
I'm going to
No, not
spend
your
2 of my free key points to activate my astral arms.
Okay, so running up to this Manticore, a small man in sort of like a fine monastic style clothing, and as he's running, he uses sort of like hand movements, sort of kung fu-esque movements. Behind him, are 2 giant gorilla, sort of just above where his arms are. And Ethan, roll me to hit. I think you get 1 hit with your astral arms, don't you?
Yep.
Okay, roll me to hit.
Is what to add to it?
It's a D20 plus your wisdom mod.
Plus my what mod?
Your wisdom mod for your astral arms.
That is a 19 plus
Okay, it's a 19.
22.
Okay, that's a
22.
hits. That hits. So it's radiant damage. I'm assuming, yeah.
It's 1d4 plus 3 radiant damage.
Okay, so just roll me damage then, would you?
7 damage.
7 damage, right? So you sort of see wind up. You sort of wind up a bracket up across the jaw, and it just slides. And then that sort of smoke begins to pour out. You dealt it 7. Large pool of health. Next up is Louis. Louis, you're about 10. You're about 20, similar 20 feet away, but in the opposite direction of the small halfling that just paid to Superman punch a ghost arm.
Out of the way, magic users. We both know that your fancy spells won't work on this guy. After all, we've never seen much evidence of these gods.
And I walk on in,
Sure.
press my chest, activate my armor, and then
Press your little
stand
amulet thing?
defensively in front of it. What do you say?
You press your little amulet thing you have for your
Yeah,
armor.
and just stand
So-
defensively in front of it.
So as he presses the amulet thing, a sort of coat his silver arm, forming. It kind of looks like Iron Man. In fact, it's basically Iron Man. He's playing the Iron Man. So it forms like a metallic suit. It's a bit more akin to a warforged than an actual suit of armor. And he sort of like poses in this sort of ready to fight mode, and as the Manticore sort of turns to you, it still sort of turns to you and goes, and then focuses back on the small guy that just punched him in the head. Next up is UM. UM, you're next.
So, I jump. So firstly, I jump out. I jump out of a pile of roses, and I just look down at myself like, why is it so odd to get a full night's sleep in this city? Look over to the manticore and point my sword at him and say, "Listen well, monster. My name is Lelus Antonio Gilfred Marantonzi Bedania III. You disturbed my slumber. Prepare yourself to die." And then I
Alright.
charge at him.
Okay, so you're about 25 feet away, so you're able to make it there without getting hit. What are you hitting him with?
Oh, I hit him with my rapier.
Okay. Are you doing any maneuvers or anything, or just a flat rip?
Nope, just a plain old slap of a sword.
Alright, roll me for damage then, please. Or just roll me to hit. Roll me for damage after you decide if you hit or not. I'm not gonna have you roll for damage.
I rolled a nat 20.
Alright, so just roll me the damage real quick.
Okay. Wait, no, let's see. That is 28 damage.
28.
I'm also doubling my damage bonuses.
Oh yeah, so it's 20. I'm assuming then it's 20. You have two. How do you get 28?
So like I rolled 9 on the D10. I have my +2 for defensive duelist and +3 from dexterity.
That makes way more sense now. I was really confused. So as you stab it, as you sort of run over charge and then sort of slide your arm in, as it sort of turns over, you cut it right in the eye. It just goes right through, and as you put your sword out, flick it. I would sort of like disgustingly gross manticore eyeball flings off your sword and collects dust. The creature now has disadvantage on perception checks. That is the ruling for, and that is 28 damage. I'm correct, yes.
Yep.
Quick math here. Wow, you did a lot of damage to it there. Next up is the manticore, who is wildly pissed. Stabbed him
How
in
much
the
health
eye.
does he have left?
Still a lot, but you know he's hurt fairly. So the manticore sort of growls at you, and the small halfling that punched him is like, so he has now got disadvantage to. Oh, he only has disadvantage on range attacks. That's great. Thank you. Manticore makes one bite, claw attack. So he's going to slice at you twice with his claws, and then going to try and bite the small halfling and eat it. So the first claw attack. 2. That misses. Why are my dice cursed? 19 hit.
18 hits.
It hits. Sweet. And that is a good old 6 damage to you. So the first claw,
I choose to parry the blow.
you refuse to parry the blow?
I choose to parry the
Oh,
blow.
you choose to parry the blow. So you it's a superiority die, yeah? Damage. Roll me a quick superiority die then.
That's okay. I negate a total of 10 damage.
Just for anyone who's watching, UM's character is a roll X, have little maneuvers that they can do. It's great as a player. As a DM, I'm trying to kill this guy. So the first claw strike just misses you and goes wild. The ground just roars. The second one is to swipe at you. Take the rapier that took his eye, fling it up sort of at him and away as it sort of goes a bit wilder and then smashes back into the same place struck. Ethan is now going to try and eat little Kai.
Go for it.
That is a
They
solid
fed it.
14.
That does not hit.
So it sort of bites towards you. It makes a biting movement towards you. It sort of teeth crunches through a small cart, a small rock that's in the way.
Josh, does his movement give me an opportunity of attack?
No, because you are right in front of him. But I am glad you're asking those questions. Next up is Jiwoo. You finally get your turn, little Connor. What you doing?
Hello.
Right.
Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be the smart person here and cast Sleep on the Manticore.
Sleep. What does sleep do? Check. Why? I have a cool book in front of me. symbol, sunburst, spirit guardians, sleep. Roll. Okay, so roll me 5d8, please, would you? And then just give me the total and see if you can set it.
The total is 25.
Okay, so it doesn't work. Okay, so you can either make everyone trying to fight it fall asleep, but you can't make the creature in front of you fall asleep. So no, you try and cast sleep in it. So you try and cast sleep in it as you point your, I'm assuming your new wand towards it. Yes.
No, my wand is still stashed. It's going to be used only for special occasions.
So I'm assuming your staff and you point it towards it, and then with one hand, you can arc like gesture with some of your fingers, and some of the points. You spin your hand. And the word sort of seems to materialize and course towards the green writing. But the creature as it roared straight at you. There. Right, we're back around to the start. Ethan, you're up. Up. Speak to that.
I'm going
You're up.
to punch it again. I'm going to use one of my superiority dice to do a fainting attack.
Fainting attack is where you. This is a feat you can get, by the way, for anyone who's wondering. Allow my players to explain that possibly in videos where I try and explain how Dungeons & Dragons works. That's something you expect on this channel.
Josh,
Fainting attack. Yes.
that gives me advantage on my attack. Plus
Okay, so you're doing
1d6 to my hit.
Okay, roll me down. All right, roll me to hit that.
This one. That is 18 plus 3.
Oh, 18 hits. 18 hits.
2.
Manticores have fairly low AC, but they're like really strong.
Okay, so that is
D6 or plus your wisdom bonus. Max is on at 13, doesn't it?
13.
Wow, lucky you. So
The d4.
you proceed to make one of your astral arms move towards it in a sort of like punching motion, and it sort of goes towards that one, whilst the other one clocks it on the top of the head, smacking its head straight in. As it sort of just still again. That's 13. Oh no, you bad there. So as the Manticore looks up to you, its eyes full of smoke, fire begins to course off it. So you're within 5. The 3 of you within 5 feet. You guys all take 3 fire damage.
Who's that?
You guys are all standing pretty close to it, yeah.
Well, not me. I'm using my
So you're standing about. I'm assuming you're standing about 10 feet away, yeah.
20 feet away.
20 feet. You're 20 feet away. Everyone else is just standing within 5 feet, yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Louis, you're all unless you guys are resistant, you guys all take 3 fire damage as sort of red blackish coat off
Josh,
Manticore. Yes.
you didn't let me do my bonus action, which allows me to
Oh,
get
your
an
bonus
additional
action.
attack.
Yeah, you can do your bonus action, but currently you're gonna get lit on fire. So, there we go. And then you can do your bonus action.
That's an 18 to hit.
Also hit. Oh wait,
That
your
is-
bonus action is 2 attacks, isn't it?
No, that's flurry of blows. I have a bonus action which allows me to do an attack.
With your astral arms?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll me your damage, please.
That is 4.
4. Little. Next up is who is next? Is UM.
The plan is simple. Stab it.
Stab it. That's it.
So, I roll to hit and 16.
That also hits, yeah. Roll me damage.
The damage clocks in at 9. I dealt 9 damage.
9 damage, that's pretty good. And finally, is Louis.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a good old punch. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with my my old thunder gauntlets.
Right, and that's your intelligence plus d6, yes?
Yep. Okay, and is it also intelligence to hit it?
Yeah, so it's an intelligence plus. So that is a
And
currently a
also
plus
on
5 to hit.
damage too?
And plus a plus 3 to damage and a plus 5 to hit. Yes.
Okay, so +5 to hit. Let's go. I have a 14. No, I don't have a 17.
Okay, well, 14 hit anyway, so that's good. This thing has a low AC, and I should have buffed that up. Yes, that hits. Roll me damage.
D8 plus intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
7.
This thing's
7 damage.
pretty low health. So after you guys start hitting it, the thing's wings on its back. The manticore's wings in the back sort of stretch out as it begins to just sort of flap, and heavy gusts of wind fill the area as it sort of flies up and proceeds to look at you guys and go, especially Louis, because your gauntlets do the thing where it gives disadvantage if hit. Yes.
Unlucky son.
So unless it attacks you, it has disadvantage. So it's going to hit you, trying to hit you with all 3 of its spine attack gears. So that's
Can
the first one.
certainly try.
That is 5. That's not hit. Wait, no, it's 5. It's 5 with the. Whoops,
I can
rolled
take
with
a
disadvantage.
I can take a reaction to do shield, can't I, Josh? Is that right?
You certainly could if you wanted to. Yes.
Okay, well we'll see.
17, 18, and an 18. Finally, good rolls when it's useless. But
Nope.
it also has disadvantage on any ranged attacks, so I have to note those down.
You're looking for a 20.
I'm looking for a 20. I'm really looking for a 20. A 14, a 14, and a 5. So we're taking those. And 14, 19, 19, and a 10. Do any of those hit?
I'm afraid not.
So 3 sort of, so 3 spikes just barrel towards you. One sort of just cracks up. One hits your armor and sort of splinters and explodes. The other one sort of brush off, reflecting. And the third one you kind of crush in your hand.
Nice try, but unfortunately you seem pretty weak. Unfortunately for you.
It looks towards you. And now it's Jiwoo's turn. Jiwoo, what are you doing to this manticore?
What am I going to do to this manticore?
Do you have any attacking?
Well, I guess I'll just use my bread and butter firebolt.
Oh, that's spell choice. Do you want to hit him with firebolt?
Yes, I do want to hit him with firebolt.
Okay, roll me to hit with firebolt.
Oh, this will be hilarious.
What was it?
It's just the D10.
Yeah. What did you roll? Not.
Do I have to roll a?
Yeah, you have to roll a ranged spell check with your spell mod. Yeah, basically.
Range spell check. That's a D20, right?
Yeah, D20.
Okay.
And then plus your spell mod, which I think is your intelligence plus your.
Yeah, my spell attack bonus is 5.
And what'd you get?
That is 23.
Well, that definitely hits. But so you fight from your hand. You sort of move it back, thrust it forward, fire, approach your eyes out towards it, swirling. And the man looks back, opens his mouth, swallows it.
Yes, very interesting
much damage does it do?
technology. You must teach me
It
that.
does 5 damage.
Just healed the manticore. 5 damage. When it lit on fire, right, the manticore sort of gained this power to be completely immune to fire.
Say what?
And sort of heal from it. Yes. Well, I retooled the manticore a bit. This is my version. Way cooler. It is the Grahula manticore. Way scary. Way more fiery. I did kind of point out that it was on fire. Right, I give you guys fire damage. So it's down 3 of its tail spikes. It's back to Ethan. Now this thing's flying about 20 feet higher than you guys. Ethan. Are you there? You're still muted.
Is there anything around me that could get me enough height around 10 feet?
Well, there is the tree that you were on. You could probably try and jump off that. It'd be a athletics and an acrobatics check. Try and do that.
Oh, I don't have to jump off it. So that's an athletics check.
Yeah.
Is
What'd you get? Right, so it's an athletics check to climb the tree, and then you have. Are you gonna try and jump off, or are you gonna try and climb the tree?
just gonna punch. My
Oh wait, because
actual
your punch
arm
is a range of
get
10
me.
feet. What'd you get? Sorry,
That was
Ethan. You can't keep cutting out a wee bit. Would you mind? Whoops.
that was a mod.
Yeah, Ethan. I can't hear what you're saying. You're cutting out a wee bit.
It was an 18.
18. Okay, thank you. Sorry, just speak a wee bit clearer. Right. So Ethan, what did you roll again?
I rolled an 18.
All right, so rolled an 18. So small monk sort of backs away and sort of like gracefully sort of like bounces. As you're leaving the his target area, however, he does get an attack of opportunity on you, so he's going to try and hit you with a.
Actually, I'm activating my martial adept.
Oh, you can only do Ethan. You can only do one of those once per long rest because you only have one superiority die.
2.
Oh no, it's one. Let me double check that in the book. It is martial adept. Yes,
It says on
it may have been written wrong on your sheet. My fault. But martial adept he gives you. Yeah, it gives you 2 maneuvers, 1 dice. That is my fault. Sorry. Right. So no, Ethan, you got up the tree. So as you're up the tree, you're gonna try and hit it. I'm assuming, yes. Oh no, wait, crap! I forgot the tree. As you run up the tree, you are going to hit by your monk, the Manticore's weapons. Sorry, there, I got a bit confused. So the Manticore sees to fire. Which I need 2. It can fire at you.
point of missile.
Disadvantage. Yes, it is missiles. So he has rolled a non-natural 20. Are you going to try with one of his spines? As it fires at you.
That's a 16 damage.
60 damage reduced. Okay, well, what's damage did the spines do? Right, well, you're able to catch it. You're able to catch the spines. You're going to try to throw it back.
I dropped the spine, readying myself into fighting stance.
You drop the spine and ready yourself in a fighting stance sort of on the tree.
Yeah.
All right, roll me to hit. I'm gonna give you you're at disadvantage because you're just a bit you're underneath the core and it's able to see a bit easier. So just roll me 2d20s and pick the lower.
Okay, so that is
That is
a 15 to hit.
15 to hit, right? 15 just about hits. So roll me your damage with your astral arm, please.
5 damage.
5 damage. 5 damage. So you proceed to sort of uppercut the Manticore. This Manticore sort of lowers a bit, hovering just now about 5 feet over the earth, just going. Staring intently at the giant monkey arms coming out of the top of this tree. So
Can I use my bonus action to spend 1 key point?
Isn't catching? Isn't yeah? I'm gonna double check before you do that.
Deflecting missiles doesn't count. It only counts if you're throwing it back. Key point.
Is it? Let me just double check that real quick. Oh really? You may need a bit away from your mic, dude. You breathing into it. Alright, yeah, that's fine. You are yeah, that's fine. You can do flurry blows if you want to, yes? Yes.
That is
Again at disadvantage.
okay, that is another 15 and a
Decide.
Sorry.
Another 15 and a what? Sorry. 15 and a 14.
15 and a 17.
You rolling, dude? It's mad. Oh, okay, so that's
I rolled
I'm
a
assuming
12 and a 14. 20.
12, and then you get your plus your strength modifier for
Wisdom.
proficiency in strength.
Because-
Yeah, roll me
Yeah.
real quick your 2 just flat d4s for me with your strength or dexterity modifier.
12 damage.
12. So it sort of recalls back and fairly hurt. You're up.
Okay, so I'm going to activate Action Surge so I can take 2 full round actions.
Nice. Okay. What is your plan?
So for my first attack, I'll simply just use my sword. I have 16 to hit,
That hits. It's fairly
and
weak.
for my next attack, I'll roll again. I rolled 13, so I'll expend the superiority dice to make precise attack and add it to my roll to hit.
That doesn't add any damage to roll, does it?
Doesn't?
Okay, so that is a 16 and a how much is the other one now?
So I rolled an 8, making the total of 20, making the total of 21.
Both of those hit. Roll me damage real quick.
So the first hit does 12 damage. The second hit does 10 damage.
Okay, so how do you want to do this?
I want to do this.
How do you want to kill it? Any specific
So-
thing you want?
So for the first strike, I go for a simple uppercut slash across its face, and as it writhes backwards in pain, I take the opening to make a precise shot directly into its other eye, blinding it in both.
So as it recoils back, opening its last eye, for the last time as you stab it, force pokes out the back of the head. The rest of you, the pokes at the back of it. To fall.
You got blood on my suit.
Oh, that was rad. Okay, so a crowd seems to like a bunch of people who are hiding sort of poke their heads out. Holy crap! And they proceed, and then one kid, holy crap! It's power! And points towards Bruce Steele, the armored figure, and goes,
Power.
Hey, power! Yeah, power!
That
Power
idiot.
killed the Manticore!
Yes, thank you. Oh me, no problem at
power?
all. Yes, of course. Who did you think I was?
Do either of the other players
Power.
want to roll a quick history check to see if they know who Power is?
Yeah, I'll roll
I'll roll a history check.
Ethan, you want to roll a history check?
And I got 20, not natural.
Okay, 20 non-natural. God, these history this is really good rolls. I'm getting crap rolls. This is fair. And what'd you get?
14.
14. Okay, so you just you've heard of the name. You've heard of this sort of mystical hero traveling around the land. Jiwoo, however, has heard of this sort of arrogant man who walks around time to time, trying to solve as many problems as he can. He usually leaves them in a state. Sometimes he kind of fudges up and he's break
I
things.
have no idea
But
what you're talking about.
He is, however, renowned expert craftsmanship of his Cian armor that you've seen him put on. So as Bruce Steele is mobbed by his adoring fans, Ethan, I'm assuming you climbed down from the tree, yeah? And Lelouch, what are you doing?
Oh, I just missed that. Can you repeat that? Yeah. You just went out for a second.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Not a
Right.
second.
Sorry. Lelouch, what are you doing?
Okay.
After this.
I flicked the blood off my sword and borrowed some of its fur to clean up the mess it made of my clothes.
All right.
I just look over to Bruce like, who is this guy supposed to be?
So you go over
Josh,
it.
can I make that quick history check?
You did you not hear a history check? You know exactly who he is. He's a master forge. He's a master forger. He proceeds to very good at making armor and other such sort
Alright.
of tools.
Okay, I'm going to shout at him. I'm gonna go. Power. You disparage the name of magic?
I don't believe in your fancy pantsy nerd talk.
Fancy pantsy nerd talk.
I'd be
As
happy
you have
to
this shouting match.
discuss your newest technology over some
I'll have
lunch.
you know that I have the power of God and anime on my side. And I'm going to
What the
use
hell
Guiding
is
Bolt on
anime?
Louis.
You're his guiding bolt.
He's gonna do what now?
It's going to cast a spell on you real quick. I'm going to see if it's able to hit. Jiwoo, guiding bolt, guiding bolt.
Reaction with a shield, I think I will do.
Jiwoo,
Good
just
luck.
go real quick. Just cast. Is that guiding bolt a save or a guiding bolt? Guiding... Okay, make a ranged spell attack real quick then.
Yep.
Good luck with that one.
Good luck with it. You're probably not.
Firstly, 21. Secondly, I'm going to use my portent to make sure that anything. Oh, actually, does Louis need to use a?
Hate to break it to you, my AC is 25.
Your AC is 25.
Yep.
Well,
So,
screw you.
as-
I still have a couple of spell slots left.
How in the
So, Jiwoo, you clutch your holy symbol of Dionysus. Yes, I'm correct.
Technology, welcome.
Yep.
Yes.
As you clutch your symbol, a guiding bolt shoots out of your hand and sort of weaves its way towards Louis, who proceeds to hit a button on his arm as a sort of blue energy coats from it and sort of just absorbs the bolt. Splits his.
Oh,
It's
is
pretty
that
rad.
how we're gonna
It's
play?
pretty rad.
Interesting technology.
Okay. Screw you then, and I'm going to use sleep.
What?
Okay, roll me the d8s for sleep, please.
32.
Louis, how many hit points do you have?
Not 32.
Louis is knocked unconscious by sleep. Again, I appreciate similar how you previously cast it. You point your stick at him, wave your hand, and then go whisper.
How the crowd would
It
feel
forces
about
through
that?
noise.
I don't know.
You artificer.
Right.
No, I am
Yeah,
not
mad
the
at that.
kind to stick my nose into other people's
No,
business, but what is going on here?
No. You will let me have this. Josh,
I'm letting him have it because it was entertaining, and I want to see where this goes from here. So yeah, as you knock him out, comes over to you. Lelouch comes over to you and sort of goes. His whole
I
friendship
am
deal
not
there.
usually one who sticks my nose into other people's business, but what is going on here?
this man disparaged the name of wizardry, and he will fucking pay for it.
Why not challenge him to an honorable duel?
Honorable duel? No. This man disparaged the name of wizardry. He will be dealt with accordingly. Right now, he is unconscious because I, cast a spell on him. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I might kill him with a firebolt. I might make him laugh so hard he throws up. I might, I don't know, I could do a bunch of things.
Quick note,
I
Jiwoo, if
find
you
these
attack him, he
actions
wakes
quite
up.
questionable.
Yes, but he deserves this one. He thinks that magic doesn't exist. Well, I'll fucking show him magic exists. I'll show my 16 years of experience that magic fucking exists.
Just once, I'd like to go into a town that doesn't have some crazed cultist.
I am not
As
a
you-
crazy cultist.
As you say, you're not a crazy here. Ethan, I want you to quickly roll me a athletics check to go out of the tree you're currently in.
No problem.
What do you roll then, bro?
What is it? Is it athletics or acrobatics?
Acrobatics if you want to make it fancy. Athletics if you.
Oh, I see it now. Does that little dot, does that mean I have proficiency in it? What does
Yeah,
that mean?
yeah. Did I not? That means you add your proficiency bonus to your ability modifier for it. So it's your strength plus.
Okay, that's a 20. So roll the 14.
A 14, and you have a plus.
3,
Okay.
which is because of 6.
I think it's a +2 for level 2. But yeah, no, you land pretty spectacularly. So as you're fighting, you see a small half bolt off the tree, somersault in the air, to land, arms stretched, and then bow in front of you. Ethan, do you want to introduce yourself to these guys, or
And I return his bow.
My name is Kat, and I would please prefer if you would refrain from killing each other.
I'm not good.
My name is Lelus Antonio Gilfeld Marathon de Britania III. The pleasure is mine.
Hello, my name is Professor Connor Murray, and if you would please get out of the way, I'm just going to give this little power man a nice present.
Someone is in danger. Is it not common sense to help them? I cannot stand for this.
Ethan?
I will deal with this in an appropriate manner.
Firebolt, Josh.
Okay, so just before we do that, Ethan, what were you trying to say?
I drop into a fighting stance in front of Jiwoo and says,
Jiwoo,
want to
not
hurt
all
him, you
problems
have
can
to
be
go through
solved with
me.
violence.
Oh no,
Okay,
this
so-
isn't a problem. This
So in front-
is
Jiwoo, as you ready your hand, you see the small halfling man whose astral arms, by the way, I mind you, haven't gone away. He still has 2 giant gorilla arms just floating above his regular arms in a sort of kung fu stance in front of you. Beside him, finely dressed changeling, about ready to draw his rapier.
I'm more standing along the side, and I appear more human than changeling.
Oh, sorry, a regular man. Sorry, I forgot to ask.
alright. I wish it didn't come to this, but
Yep, we are brothers in battle. Does that mean nothing to you?
we are brothers in battle so long as the battle is trying to give this man a lesson.
You remind me of a younger me. It was less impressive.
I like you, Lelouch Antonio Gilfeld Marathon Britannia III.
At least
Right.
the Britannia will suffice.
Lelouch Britannia. No, I do prefer the full name.
Very well then.
Okay, Josh. Firebolt.
Well, are you doing it to Louis?
Yes.
Okay, Louis, what's your AC again? Just still 20? Well, actually, seeing as he's unconscious, you have advantage as he's prone, and
Sure.
his
Also,
shield isn't
considering that we're
held.
within melee range, can I break his concentration with an attack?
Well,
Great
he doesn't need to
boost.
be concentrate.
I-
He doesn't need to concentrate in the spell. Just let him cast firebolts. I'm pretty sure Louis is gonna wake up and knock him out in one punch because he's a frail wizard.
Well then.
That's true.
Go ahead, make your roll with advantage. So 2d20s, and you have to beat, I think, 18.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's unconscious and can't use it. You can't use a shield when you're unconscious.
22.
Oh wow.
That'll do it.
So you proceed to sort of look like you're not gonna do anything, but then shoot your hand up as a firebolt sort of flies out of your hand and sort of arcs and then lands sort of in Louis' chest, in Louis' armored chest, hitting
8
him and
damage.
dealing him 8 damage. Wow, you've taken 8 damage. Did more damage than the damn Manticore.
Uh-oh.
And you're shocked back into waking up as a sort of burning pain hits your chest through the armor.
Good afternoon, Power. What do you say to that? Non-magic, huh?
Yeah, certainly some interesting technology. I'm going to have to get you to teach me that at some point.
Oh my
Don't you already
Almost
know
had me
Firebolt?
I'm
there.
going to
Close, very
fucking
close.
kill you.
As you're
I
As you
think,
guys
I think I'll
just-
leave him for now. He's got some pretty cool tech. I'm good with him.
as you guys are sort of staring each other down, the half-orc man from before sort
I've
of
got
runs in. He's like,
I've got autographs to
Ah,
sign.
mon dieu.
and he looks. He's like, huh? Well, the king was certainly right. Clean up with that manticore. I'm
Oh
afraid. And
yeah,
he looks
that.
to Jiwoo, and he's like, to Connor Murphy, he's like, I'm sorry, sir, but I'm afraid you're gonna have to postpone you meeting with tomorrow until for the foreseeable future.
Wait, what?
And he looks at you and he's like, I know it's regrettable, but Prince Walcott has been taken. Small demon plant thing. Imps. Yeah, that's what. And he sort of just pushes a cart over. Ugh, God damn it. Ugh. Sorry for losing my cool here, but I'm afraid you're gonna have to put it off till Walcott's returned. I'm sorry for
Well,
any inconvenience that may have caused.
inconvenience. Yes. I tried to go say to Walcott, oh yes, oh yes. Oh, sorry, no, Wilhelm.
Wilhelm's
Yeah.
not here. It's just Tordak. Just big Tordak.
Great. Absolutely wonderful. I spent, what, 2 weeks traveling to this godforsaken country just to ask for aid. But oh no! Wilhelm wants to party and now he's not here. What?
So Tordak, getting visibly pissed off, just sort of walks towards you. Shut your right here. All right. Walcott's a good boy. He's gonna be scared and alone somewhere with some goddamn. You shut your. And he sort of points both of his swords towards you. All right. And then sheaths them.
Duly noted.
The king would be grateful for any help in finding them. He proceeds to hand you a sending stone. Feel free to not call me on that, asshole. And he just sort of walks away. But if you find the boy, certainly do. And he sort of spits as he walks away from you because he's furious how you to talk about. He's kind of godson. And he sort of just walks away. And he kicks. He sort of kicks a few of the busted carts around.
Better and presents. Impressive. I should duel him whenever he's not so depressed.
Ethan, Louis, and Jiwoo, I want you to everyone just roll me a quick perception check.
Oh no.
What do you add to this again?
Just your wisdom modifier, and if you're bonus
Okay.
That is what?
is 2 for everyone.
We're looking at a cool 5.
17.
12.
Natural 20.
Oh Jesus, Ethan, thank you. Okay, so Ethan,
A little bit
so
dazed,
Ethan,
you know.
Louis, who has just woken up from appear to be asleep, is pretty dazed. So he's just sort of more looking at the half-orc man being annoyed, and he's kind of laughing at the fact that he's mad at Jiwoo because he's enjoying the fact that someone who just firebolted him in the chest is getting his comeuppance. is also still sort of mesmerized by the half-orc man because he has 2 big swords. As we will find out about Luke likes to fight anyone with a sword and a pulse. His thing. But Connor turns around. Sort of sees slinking behind him. Sort of sees a bit further away, near the Owlbear store with big signs for him. A sort of cloaked figure slink behind it. However, Kai, eyesight of a damn eagle, can spot exactly what the robes worn. He knows exactly where these robes are from because he saw a man with these robes on turn into a damn. You spotted a cultist sneak behind that store. Do you tell the rest of the group this, or do you want to investigate on your own?
I will tell the rest of the group.
So,
yeah.
What do you say?
I go to investigate.
So as you're about to tell the rest of the group, the small halfling man just sort of was walking away, and well, as he does that, I'm assuming you're just about to tell them, "Hey guys, look, cultist."
Yeah.
What do you say though exactly instead of just,
Oh,
"Hey guys,
alright.
look, cultist"?
Yeah.
It's a bit too easy. I'm
Well,
not letting up.
I
You gotta roleplay.
don't know if this is much importance to any of you, but I think there's a cultist slinking behind that building there.
You mean the one that he just ran off to?
Wait, you mean the little halfling? Oh yeah, he just did that. Oh yes. I guess
so-
we'll go after him. Yes, great.
If I hadn't have
Yeah.
just woken up, I might have seen him myself.
So as you all run down, Kai's the first one to approach what appears to be behind the building. Small grating. Just you sort of as you approach the building, you sort of hear grating can go creak open and then close shut. As you get over there, you sort of see what appears to be a small entrance. It's a good bit away from the Owlbear Emporium. It doesn't seem to be like connected there at all. So it's kind of more or less like a sewer grate in our world, but in what do you do? What will you do?
I leave a dagger into the top of it, and then enter it.
You leave a dagger.
No, not dagger. One of my 10
Darts?
darts.
Okay, so you open it and slide down as the rest of the party just are in time for it closing, but you sees sort of like a small signal beside it, like a little dart. Don't you have telepathic communication within 30 feet?
Oh yeah, I do. Never mind the dart.
Do you want to do that
I
instead?
speak inside Deluge's brain, going down the gate.
So Lelouch, as you're running, you hear the voice of the small fighting man that you saw earlier. Sort of whisper in your mind.
Could have sworn my fighting intuition sounded more badass than this, but very well. Down the gate we go.
This is great. And as you slide down the ladder, we're gonna continue it next time. That's the first session completely done, boys.
Lelouch is pleased with this outcome.
All right. So
Yes,
Yes,
I
that's
must
the
go
first
sign
session done
autographs
today.
now, of course.
So that's the first session done. We're gonna be back again next week with what happens next. What's in the sewer? Will they find Walcott?
What
What-
happens next? Well,
what happens
Professor
next?
Connery
Tune in
with
next week.
his, incredible
Joey,
foretelling.
I'm pretty sure
with his incredible foretelling skills, will assure you that next time, Power's getting his ass kicked.
I'm assuming that's gonna happen too. It's gonna be good fun.
Fat chance.
Tune in to Dragon Ball Z next time for more entertainment. Until then, that's all, folks. Have fun. Come back next week. Subscribe. All that good stuff. And that's a sight. Adios.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Hope we don't get like copyrighted for
Goodbye.
that.